Welcome guys, this is just gonna be me going very quickly over the mod that I want to use for the next MPT tournament, so that will be a fast one. As a summary, the next MPT tournaments patch is gonna be just like the one I used for the last tournament, so it's normal MPT, but it's 70 turns and cheaper tax, just like the last one. The only change is that there is 3 new CIVs. None of the existing MPT CIVs were changed, so I only added 3 new ones. This means that if you like your own MPT, or your old MPT rather, you can play one of those old CIVs and you'll be just fine. The 3 new ones are just meant to be fun additions that provide for interesting strategies, but none of them is going to be OP. The 3 new CIVs are Scandinavia, Japan, and India. Scandinavia, just like in the base game, is seafaring and militaristic. They start with alphabet and warrior code. They have 2 unique units. The longship replaces the galley and is simply a cheaper version of it. It does not trigger the golden age, but it has 4 moves since you are seafaring. So to repeat this, it's just the same thing as a galley, but cheaper, and it can move 1 tile further just because you are seafaring. The swordsman is replaced by the berserk. This unit will trigger the golden age. It has 5/1/1 amphibious, so you can attack from ships, and it also requires iron, just like the swordsman. Japan. Japan is also, just like in the base game, religious and militaristic. It starts with the wheel, which is interesting in MPT, and ceremonial burial. The changes are Japan can't build workers, but instead they get peasants. They are the exact same thing, but those workers, those peasants, have 2 moves. So that means that you can move onto a tile and start improving it in the same turn, which should provide for very interesting plays, especially when double moving and roading up to an opponent. The unique unit is going to be the samurai. This one is of course going to be used to trigger the golden age. It has 2/1/1 and comes at warrior code. It costs 16 shields or 8 in accelerated production, and it can enslave peasants, so your special workers. India is the last new civ. Just like in the base game, they are commercial and religious, and they start with ceremonial burial and alphabet. Now for the changes, they also start with a unique tech that allows them to build banks. These banks are very cheap buildings. They only cost as much as a warrior to build, and they don't cost any gold to maintain. So just get them whenever you can in every city, basically. They produce a commerce bonus just like a market. They don't provide the luxury bonus, but you still will get some decent money of those banks if you save gold, that is. The unique unit is the war elephant, and it's basically the same thing as in the base game, but instead it comes at horseback riding, so it replaces the horseman, and it just gives +1 HP, 2/1/2 just like the horseman, but you need horses to build them, so it's not like in the base game where you can just build them whenever. You need to have horses. You can upgrade chariots, that will work. And that's all. That's India, and that's the 3 new civs. We'll test them in some show matches, and I hope you guys can give me a lot of feedback as to how it feels like to play them, play against them, or just watch them. I'm looking forward to that next tournament.